nothing. Well, they get this fourth quarter started quickly, and the snap to the quarterback goes through the hands of Peyton Curry. It was a little high. By the time Curry can go back and get it, he is snowed under at the 19-yard line for a loss of 16 yards. And the punting unit will come on for the first time tonight for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, all the way to the fourth quarter before we get an actual punt by the second unit in Martinsburg.
We're going to bring a man in motion and wait to get that snap back. There it is, and the kick is away, and that punt off the foot of Jarris Thurston. Nice kick, heading far side of the field, taking a Martinsburg bounce and going out of bounds at about the 41-yard line.
We got a flag on the play, too. Let's see what this call is.
I think that's a 43-yard punt.
That was a nice punt.
Depending on the penalty marker back at the 25-yard line. Let's wait and see what the call will be. Our head referee looking here towards the press box. Now calling face mask against Martinsburg. So I believe they will tack that yardage on at the end of the punt, it looks like. So the punt will stand for Thurston. That will cover 43 yards. 10:21 to play in this one.
And he's getting ready to mark it off the wrong direction.
I was going to say, unless also the face mask was on Washington, so he had marked it off in the wrong direction, or at least indicated the wrong direction back when he initially said what the penalty was. So that will be -5 for the Patriots, who have now been penalized 5 times for 30 yards with that incidental face mask. So they'll move it back now to their 36, first down and 10. Out of the shotgun, the quarterback has the snap. It looks like Amore, who fires deep along that far side, overthrows the intended target. Looks like Rugumbe again.
There goes the flag there, about a 5, 10, 15, 23-yard flag thrown by an official. That's a pretty good throw there. Better than a quarterback's throw.
And that the flag comes well behind where the two players were running down the field. Rugumbe, who was the intended target, and the Bulldog defender.
Well, maybe it's sideline interference again. Jason, you have anything over there on your sideline?
He gave the indication.
Pass interference.
Wow.
I didn't see it from our vantage point.
I didn't see it either, unless it happened. I don't even know, because it looked like there was actually a little bit of clearance there. Hey, update. Spring Valley just took a 14-7 lead over Capital midway through the fourth quarter.
That is the 1-2 matchup in the state of West Virginia. So now 1st and 10 with a football at the Martinsburg 49-yard line after they mark off that penalty. There is the handoff, and that's Bradbury straight ahead running, bulling his way forward, going to pick up about 4 yards before being taken down. So Jace Bradbury on that carry. Looks like Ramirez helping to make the tackle. Good in there as well. Also Bernard Lean-To helping to make the stop. Tanner Lucas in there now, 6'4", 290. The junior going to play nose guard. 2nd and 6 coming from the 45 in Bulldog territory. Martinsburg with a commanding lead, ready to improve to 6-0 on the season. An undefeated matchup next week as they welcome 5-0 Sherando to town. On the play action pass, rolling far side. Amare wants to throw, but can't find anyone open, can't make a turn upfield as Jamal Robinson, the junior linebacker, was right there to chase him out of bounds.
Well, one of the things you can see, and then Washington can probably pick up on their video when they watch the team film, receivers, you've got to come back to the quarterback to get open. They just keep running and running and running, and you're covered. You've got to come back to the football so you can get open so he can deliver the ball. That's one of the reasons why we had so many balls thrown out of bounds and a couple bad throws as well.
That was a loss of 4, and on 3rd down and 10, Amare wants to throw. And on the near side, a diving interception. Is it made? Yes, at the 39-yard line. The INT is for Joshua Woodfork.
I'll tell you, they're pretty lucky. If that ball would have been a little bit higher there, he'd have kept his footing. He had no one in front of him.
Joshua Woodfork able to get the INT, and Martinsburg will take over the football with 6:44 on a running clock. Second consecutive possession with a turnover for the Patriots. No turnovers in their prior 9 possessions. So let's see what this Martinsburg JV offense can do. Looks like once again it will be Curry serving as the quarterback. He takes the snap, fakes the handoff, keeps it straight ahead. Makes a man miss at the 45 and gets out to the midfield stripe and maybe even to the 49-yard line in Washington territory. It's a good run.
Yeah, that was a nice move. He moved on one of the linebackers out there. Kind of left him just standing there.
12 yards on that pickup. He's got 16 yards on 4 carries. 1st and 10 coming for Martinsburg. Dogs taking their time coming from the huddle. A back to the left of the quarterback. Curry awaiting the snap. 2 receivers out to the right. He hands it off. That's Ramirez trying to turn the corner on the right side. Slows down and then gets hit and taken down for a loss on the play. Looks like 2-4 out there. That would be Quentin Fletcher, who we've seen on special teams on the return units, making that tackle for a loss of 2 yards.
Now, the biggest problem this unit is having is getting the snap directly back to the quarterback, and it's a challenge every snap, it seems as though.
2nd and 12 now for this Martinsburg offense. 3 receivers here to the left, a single receiver to the right. Peyton Curry, 5'8", 155. The sophomore's got it, hands it off. Straight up the middle of the field, that's Kevon Warren. Warren weaving through some traffic and now outruns everyone. Down the near side hash mark to the 20, the 10, the 5, and into the end zone of Martinsburg. Bulldog touchdown, 51 yards on the TD run for Kevon Warren, his second 50-plus yard touchdown run in the game.
Well, and we also will say he wasn't even touched on that play. He just simply just humongous hole there. I think I could have run through that one. Stretching it a bit, but 4 minutes and 25 seconds ago on the running clock and the extra point coming up.
See if Alex Alaba can get this one through. The last time he had a chance, the snap wasn't quite there. Well, there is the snap, and the kick is blocked coming straight up the middle. One of the Washington players got his hands up and blocked that one. I believe that might have been Zachary Browning. So the Bulldogs settle for 6, and with 4 minutes on a running clock, it's Martinsburg 67, Washington nothing. Well, the ensuing kickoff after the Martinsburg touchdown, taken on a bounce along that far side by Quentin Fletcher. He was on the run as he took that one and sprinted across the 30 and 35 outside the numbers on that far sideline. He'll get taken down at about the 37. Drive summary for the Martinsburg Bulldogs. 3 plays, 61 yards, took them 2 minutes, and it was a 51-yard touchdown run for Kevon Warren. Brought to you by 61st District Delegate Jason Barrett, Trusted Leadership, Real Solutions. 2:24. The clock continues to wind, a continual running clock as Martinsburg leads 67-0. This will be the second straight year that this Patriots team has been shut out by the Bulldogs. They came in having been outscored by Martinsburg 531-71 over 10 prior meetings. Going to be a timeout taken by Washington as the Patriots unable to get situated offensively.
They only had 10 guys out there.
And you look back at this series, and Vic, it has been dominated by these Bulldogs. This would be the 5th time Martinsburg has pitched a shutout against the Patriots. They give this team credit, man. This Patriot team plays hard. They've got some good schemes and ideas working, just hadn't been able to get it going tonight because of the opponent they're playing in Martinsburg.
Yeah, you've got to exclude the opponent tonight because Martinsburg is just in another class in comparison to this football team. But tell you what, these guys have played hard. They've given a good effort out there tonight. Their intent and what they were trying to do and everything else was good. It's just the fact that they're just totally overmatched.
Coming out of that timeout, 1st and 10 from their own 37. Frank Gomare back out there at quarterback. He's got that snap. Nope, that's Bradbury. And Bradbury trying to run off the right side. Grabbed and taken down by Brian West, the 5'11 sophomore, quickly into the backfield.
Quickly was right. He must have had a blitz on there because he was, he was in there very, very quickly.
2nd down and 11. That'll be a loss of 1. 15 carries, 26 yards for the leading rusher, Jace Bradbury, tonight for Washington.
Minute 25 to go in the ball game on the running clock.
Bradbury on 2nd and 11, this time off this right side of the line, able to pick up some positive yardage. I believe that's Kevon Warren as a linebacker. I saw the 2. Nope, that's a 2-0. So that is Bernard Lean-To helping to make that tackle. Did a nice job to put his shoulder in there and wrap him up. That goes out to the 44-yard line, and that gain is good for about 8 yards.
1 minute to go in the ball game on the running clock, and Martinsburg, I'm sure, has gotten everyone, even probably a couple people in the band in there tonight. They've played everybody on the roster and a lot of guys that we haven't seen all year long in there tonight.
3rd and 3. Can Washington get their first third down offensively? Their only, first down offensively. Their only first down had come on a roughing the passer penalty. And it's Bradbury off the left side of the line, pushing his way across midfield. He's got the first down to that Martinsburg 47. So there it is, a 9-yard gain on a 3rd down and 3, and they collect their second first down of the night. They convert a 3rd down for the second time, first time offensively, as the other came on that penalty as well.
Well, it looks like they're not going to run the last play here. They're letting the clock run.
The final seconds ticking off of the clock. And your final score will be Martinsburg 67 and Washington nothing. We'll come back and tell you about it as we get into our post-game show, brought to you by WVUH East, Berkeley, and Jefferson Medical Centers, the best in healthcare close to home. We'll hear from head coach David Walker, run some numbers, and have a little analysis from